Hello good people and welcome back to Level Up Your Openings. If you're looking for a solid defense against d4 as black, look no further than the Nimzo-Indian defense. I'm going to show you two opening ideas from this opening that are extremely trappy from a tactical point of view, so hopefully we can boost that ELO. Let's get it!
Round 1. Fight!
Quick recap. So the Nimzo-Indian defense starts with d4 as white, knight to f6, the underpinnings of the defense, c4, e6, liberating the bishop, and after knight to c3, bishop to b4. Whether or not they choose to play queen to b3 or push here in f3 is totally up to white. White gets to play first, of course. That's how the Nimzo defense starts. Oh, before I begin, before I forget, if you do find this content tolerable, it's helping your chess, and kind of like it, please leave a like and sub. You have my gratitude. Let's get started. The first position for a Nimzo as Indian as defense as black is d4 knight to f6, c4 e6, knight to c3, bishop to b4 pinning. You have queen to b3. You have an option here to take, but then that's not it. Well, basically you have to push c5. c5 protects the bishop, and after d takes, knight to c6. You double the pawns there, you don't capture just yet. Knight to c6. After knight to f3, knight to e4, pinning, attacking. You still have ideas here with queen to a5. So that's defended by bishop to d2, and you simply snatch that bishop because now you have the bishop pair. You play queen to a5. And white has to tread carefully here simply because of the position of the queen. And one move in particular can end, well, in the grandmaster level, which probably will not happen, but in a competent level, you can win a piece here as white or as black if white plays the blunderous castle queen. Because the appropriate way to approach this is e3. After takes, 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 because this is being attacked, you triple the pawn structure of white, and perhaps you play here with ideas. In the game, though, after queen to a5, a blunder happens. And how do you punish this blunder? And it can happen, guys. Because mind you, the only exit square the queen has is there. So what's the two strong move sequence? Not to win a queen, but to win a piece. I'll give the answer for black in 3, 2, 1. Black wins with knight to d4. The only option is for the queen to go here. So what do? Remove the defender. Takes. And your queen's no longer hanging and you win a piece. You don't want to take here, of course, because you get absolutely barbecued even further. So you win a piece. That's position number 1. I'll recap it. I'll show it again. Position number 2 involves d4 knight to f6, c4 e6, knight to c3, bishop to b4, f3. This is the Kamach variation, very samish-like. This is not King's Indian, but hey, if you're familiar with it, you know the f3 push. d5, attacking the center immediately. a3, but you move back. And this is the trap is necessary for this to happen. e4. Now takes and takes. Mind you, white has the center. It's still anyone's game, but you play the move e5, sacrificing the pawn for counterplay. So opponent plays d5. If they take, you capture. The king no longer can castle. If you capture with this, this does drop. So king captures, but then you attack this once. You attack this once, and you're also threatening a fork. So opponent defends that. Knight to c6, attacking it twice. You don't have to capture immediately. You can improve your position, then capture. Knight to d5. Of course, trying to threaten a reverse Uno fork. Simply bishop to d8. And yeah, life is good as black. You capture here and then boot out the knight there. And all is well. Both of you have the bishop pair. Super solid. But after e5, d5 was played, and now you play bishop to c5, the bishop that you preserved. Just plop that into that square. Bishop to g5, h6, bishop to h4, bishop to d4. Just trying to be annoying. The whole point is just to centralize that bishop. And if one of these knights try to boot it out, say whoosh, then that's a bit of a mistake. Because we're going to uncork. What move? The answer in 3, 2, 1. We uncork knight takes. Good move. Not brilliant. Good. If they take, guess that's the only exit square of the king. It's game over. And you might be wondering, after bishop to d4, what if you hit with the other knight? That's also a mistake. Because simply takes. Tomato sauce. Checkmate. And okay, maybe the opponent has a better tactical sense and takes with the queen. What do? Well, you capture back. You take. You fractured white's position. And now you play the move c5. En passant, you still have the center. No en passant, you definitely have the center. And you're much stronger here, honestly. It's a very playable game. Much in favor for black. That pawn on d4 is a thorn on white's position. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Quick recap for the first Nimzo position. d4, knight to f6, c4, e6, bishop to b4 pin. You push c5. You defend b4. Knight to f3, you pin. Then the next idea is queen to a5. Take. You have the double bishop pair. And you pin again. If they castle, it's goodbye. Knight. Second position. c4. c3. The f3 variation. d5 hit immediately. You preserve the bishop. Takes. Now you play the reverse Uno card e5, d5, preventing the complications of takes. Hit twice. Defend. And you're going to kick out the knight next. d5, bishop to c5, trying to plop the knight there, or the bishop there. Pin, hit. Now push. If any of these knights, well, one mistake and two, boom. Any of these knights, what I mean, even this. Boom, boom. Game over. And if the opponent is smarter than that, it takes with the queen. Check first, take the queen, and assert your dominance at d4. Anyways, hope you get something out of that. 2 trappy openings from the Nimzo against d4. Hope to see you guys later. Double peace.